The Witcher Season 2 is a fateless adaptation of The Witcher. Here's the thing, everybody. My name's Lee's. Happy holidays, everybody. Here's the thing. I've never read the books of The Witcher. I never really watched anything about The Witcher until, I played a video game. I don't read the books. I played the video games a little bit. Very fun, very cool. And I have some issues with this in particular. Not just with Season 2, but I feel like this is going to be a problem I'm going to have throughout the entire Witcher series. Here's the thing. The same problems I had with Season 1 of The Witcher is the same problems I have in Season 2. Rush storylines, rush development of characters, and we're just supposed to take it face forward that these characters care about each other. These characters mean something to another. And I'm sorry. Season 2 had the same problems as Season 1, except Season 1, I would say, was more faithful to the books than Season 2. And a lot of people say, well, it's not supposed to be faithful. Tell that to the woman who made this show. What was her name? Is it Miss Smith? I'm forgetting her dang name. What was her name? Let me look it up right here. What was her dang freaking name? Lauren Schmidt. She apparently made the Witcher series, and apparently she was advertising that this would be a faithful adaptation not of the game, but of the books. And, of course, the book creator ain't going to say shit because, he's getting paid a ridiculous amount of money. So, fuck it. He's not going to complain. He's like, oh, no, I don't know. It's great. It's great. Yeah, because he sold out the thing, the book series. But the fans are not happy with what this TV show is doing. Now, here's the thing. Before we get into the reason why people are upset, especially me, are upset with the series in general and with Season 2, let me just tell you what happens in Season 2. Yennefer loses her powers. And during out in Season 2, after she survived that godforsaken battle where she burned everybody, she survived that, but she lost her magic, and now she has to get her magic back, and she's going to do crazy, stupid things in order to get it done. And I mean very stupid things. And then there is, how should I say, Geralt. I say the best thing about this season was Geralt and Ciri's relationship, of Geralt becoming like a father figure to Ciri, and Ciri's becoming a daughter to Geralt. I like how she's trained to become a fighter. I like a lot of things I do enjoy in Season 2. But the problem is, though, the entire Season 2 arc is just Geralt. Well, not the problem. This is just the arc of Season 2. Is Geralt bonds with Ciri, knows about why people want her, why is she so special. That's the general gist. Yennefer loses her powers. Geralt bonds with Ciri, and he finds out why people want her and why she's special. And she figures out why she is special. So Season 3 is going to be the ultimate battling. The lines are drawn. We must protect Ciri at all costs. Yennefer, Geralt are going to protect Ciri at all time, and they're going to just be a family. Now, that's not a bad arc for Season 2. That is not a bad arc. I don't mind Season 2 as a whole when you're just looking at it as a television show, a straight-up fan fiction. Because Season 2, this entire TV show in general, is a straight-up fan fiction. In my opinion, if you read the books, you're not going to love the series. You could maybe like the series. You could maybe say, oh, that was okay. It doesn't have to be 100% the books, but to me, when you're trying to make a faithful adaptation, and again, this is the creator of the show named Laura Schmidt, who made this show and said, oh yeah, we're going to do a faithful adaptation of the books. No, she did not. The problem is, though, with this entire, these adaptations, when you look at Star Wars, and you see what George Lucas had made of his franchise, and then you see someone like Kathleen Kennedy, and Disney bought that franchise, and they decide, even though they have hundreds of storylines there, 100 of information they could use from the books, they decide to do a lazy routine. And in The Witcher, I wouldn't find it a lazy routine when the new creator adapted it. It's just she kind of makes certain characters in the books, how they look, how they acted, are the complete opposite of how they are in the TV series. And if you're ever going to do a faithful adaptation of something, you should really make a faithful adaptation to the characters and to their stories. Maybe you're not going to get every single detail right, but you got to make these characters the same. Let's talk about one character, Eskel. The Geralt's best friend, apparently, in the books, and apparently he's not a total creep and drunkard like he is with Ciri. He's not a whoremonger. Why change the character's characteristics? Why change who he is as a person, only to kill him off? It's cheap emotional play just to get something like Geralt is emotionally distraught. Yeah, I guess him thinking you losing Yennefer wouldn't be something to make him more distraught. Him losing his best friend is just an extra plus right there. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things I cannot stomach, and basically in Hollywood in general. When you're doing a faithful dash, when you're putting characters on for the first time on screen, you gotta respect those characters. Like, here's the thing. It's not like it's Cinderella, where they make 20 damn versions. I don't care if we get a black Cinderella, Hispanic Cinderella. You already had, like, 2 white ones, and I'm like, okay, you already continued it. Like, I didn't care for the MJ being black in the Spider-Man universe. Okay, why is that? Because we've seen her before as a redhead. I would like this. If you're putting the character for the first time on screen, make it that character. And then if you want to do a spin-off, or you want to do not a spin-off, or a retelling of the story and address with a different cast, okay, then they have that cast. I don't mind that, but if you're going to do a faithful adaptation, at least make the character be the character. Don't be Supergirl Jimmy Olsen. How's that Jimmy Olsen? You have to respect what's come before. You have to respect, to me, what's been before. You can't change how a character looks, how the character acts. If Jon Snow was a total hero in the book, but in the show they made him a rapist, if they did that, you think people would be happy with what they got? No. Eskel is Geralt's best friend. Again, I didn't read the books, but apparently he was I read this stuff like where he's his best friend. Apparently he's not this way at all, and you're telling me you did this character. You're telling me you did this, and not a different Witcher. You're telling me it had to be Eskel to die. Why? Now, this is something about Yennefer I never really liked. This is something that breaks any with TV show Yennefer. Yennefer, in order to get her magic back, is willing to to give Ciri to basically a ancient demon to get her magic back. Ciri, the person she knows Geralt was his Laws of Surprise, who basically becomes a daughter to him. Even though they haven't seen each other, I highly doubt Yennefer, TV show Yennefer, would do this to Geralt, or even think about doing this. I find it absolutely freaking ridiculous. That was just a moment to create tension between Geralt and Yennefer, to have a tension of why. And again, apparently even this villain was not even in the books. This is a total disrespect to Yennefer's character of the TV show, and a total character assassination from the books. From what I understand, maybe I'm wrong about this, Ciri lost her family. Geralt becomes her father, in a sense. Yennefer is her mother. Trish is basically cool aunt or sister. Geralt's I'm forgetting the Vesemir, I believe his name was, it's like Ciri's grandfather. Eskel's apparently like an older brother. Like the Witchers and the Witcher's hideout all become brothers to like Ciri, like older brothers. And there's another topic about why the Witchers cannot make Witchers. No, the reason why Witchers don't create other Witchers is because it's such a traumatic experience, and they don't want other people to go through that. But no, they make a show plotline where apparently Ciri can create Witchers, possibly with her blood. I don't mind if you branch out and do some new ideas. If you show a new creature, I don't mind a new creature. Or I don't mind a new demon or a new villain. It's just when you have such a big, expansive lore of the entire Witcher series, you couldn't get some homage to the original ones, to original villains and all that? You're telling me you had to put a new character? You're telling me you had to do all that with the Witcher's expanded series? This ain't Jurassic Park where you only have dinosaurs and humans. There ain't much you could do unless you go to them in space. The Witcher is filled with lore. Lord of the Rings, filled with lore. Harry Potter, filled with lore. Star Wars, filled with lore. You have to create new ones and just disrespect the old ones? I know I may be rambling about this, but here's the thing. Witcher Season 2 was not a bad season, which I think it was a good season. I don't want to give it a... To me, the most reason why I kind of do not like the season is because I know certain details about what happens in the books. And certain story elements, like when you see book characters and TV show characters, they are completely opposite of each other. And that is a disrespect to the author's creation and to what the fans expected. And again, if you, Miss Schmidt, didn't promote that, hey, we're going to do a faithful adaptation, well, in reality, you're not caring about faithful adaptation. You don't care about the universe that you're adapting from. You're basically making it a fan fiction to please your needs, to please your check marks. Oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. Okay, take this out, take this out, take this out. If you're not going to do a faithful adaptation, just say you're not going to do a faithful adaptation. We're just going to have the characters' names, and that's pretty much it. Because for a lot of the characters, except for Ciri and Geralt, there's not... like, the main three, Ciri, Geralt, and Yennefer, they basically stay the same. A couple other characters stay the same as well, but... I'm forgetting the one... Like, there's so many characters that were just one-off characters that they kind of ruined. And then I'm forgetting the one guy who is... I'm forgetting his name. The one who, like, wants to kidnap Ciri at the beginning of the season 1 and season 2. He works for, he's for Nilfgaard. He's ultimate evil dude. Apparently, they made him a total, like, worship of the Lord and all that stuff. Apparently, he's a zealot. Apparently, he's a true, like, fanatic and all that stuff. Apparently, he wasn't like that in the book. So, it's just, like... So, all in all, everybody, book people will not like this show. And if they do like the show, I guarantee you they're not going to like the twist of Yennefer. Yennefer's entire story arc for this season, I didn't mind until she was willing to kidnap Ciri in order to, get her powers back. Even though the only thing she truly wanted was to be a mother. Here you go. This is your future daughter. I'm sorry, I'm not liking season 2. I didn't like that season 2 arc with Yennefer, and it still pisses me off, even now thinking about this. So, I'm going to be honest with you, everybody. My opinion... if you watched the show and you never read the books, you're gonna probably enjoy this season a lot more than I did. And if you never heard of it, and again, if you never heard of anything, if you didn't read the books, you're gonna love this season. If you did, you're probably like me, and you're probably even more enraged than me, because I didn't read the books. I understand the Witcher people's fates when they read the books and they see this stuff, because I'm a big Star Wars fan. And if you all know me, I hate the Disney franchise of what they did with Luke Skywalker's character. I could go on and on for like 30, 40 minutes about why they butchered it, what happened. Except for the Witcher series, I'm still enjoy the show. I don't think it's a terrible show. But if this season continues like other previous seasons of The Witcher, of other future seasons of The Witcher is going to do, because apparently they're going to plan this series for like 7 years, 7 seasons. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think my opinion of which is gonna change for the better. I'm like, oh man, this is a must-watch show. This is my favorite dang show. It's not gonna change, because if anything, if these 2 first seasons don't get better, I'm probably not gonna like the show, because we're still gonna rush character development, rush storylines that didn't need to be rushed, character assassination and butchering. Again, God forbid this show ever goes like Game of Thrones with Daenerys Targaryen blowing up the freaking King's Landing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm having trauma, guys. I'm having trauma. But to me, everybody, The Witcher Season 2, again, it is what it is. I enjoyed the season. I give it a B-. I'm going to let my hate stew and not give it a C+, but I'm going to think about this. But again, that's my personal opinion, everybody. What's your personal opinion of the entire Witcher Season 2? You think it was a good season of Witcher? You think it was a faithful adaptation? Or you just think like, yeah, they're ruining the show as much as possible and they don't give a shit about anything else? Because that's how I feel personally about what they're doing with the Witcher series, with this new adaptation. Because it's not a true faithful adaptation. It's a fateless adaptation. And that's the simple truth. Alright, everybody. Nature Least, God for everybody. Bye-bye.